This is Iran, one of the world's oldest civilizations. For nearly the last 500 years, Iran has existed on the world map with almost the same borders. There is hardly any superpower in history that has not clashed with Iran, whether the Romans, Arabs, Mongols, Turks, Russians, or the British. Every major power has tried to conquer Iran. One major reason for this is Iran's geography. Iran lies at the crossroads of the world. It is the only country that connects Europe, Africa, and Asia. Present-day Iran shares borders with 7 countries. On the eastern side, it borders Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan. On the western side, it borders Iraq, Turkey, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. In addition, Iran has access to 3 seas. To the north lies the Caspian Sea, and to the south are the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. On Iran's southern side is one of the world's most important and dangerous choke points, the Strait of Hormuz. Around 20% of the world's oil and gas supply passes through this single point. Near the Strait of Hormuz, there are 7 islands that have been under Iran's control since 1970. Before that, these islands were controlled by the UAE. Similarly, in the Caspian Sea, Asharata Island is also under Iranian control. For the past 40 years, Iran has been a major headache for the Western world. But the question is, despite having such a powerful army and economy, why has no Western country been able to attack Iran and occupy it? Every country knows that a direct attack on Iran could massively backfire. Iran's geography plays a huge role in making it unconquerable. The truth is, in today's video, we will see how Iran's history, geography, and proxy wars have made it so powerful. First, let's understand Iran's geography. On Iran's southern and western sides lies the Zagros mountain range, stretching from the Iranian coastline through Iraq and up into Turkey. This mountain range provides Iran with powerful natural protection. The terrain is extremely rocky and very difficult to cross. These mountains proved their value in 1980 when Iraq attacked Iran. Iraq's plan was first to capture Khuzestan and then advance further into Iran to crush the Iranian Revolution. Arab countries supported Iraq because they feared the Iranian Revolution might spread across the Arab world. However, within 2 years, Iraqi forces could only reach Khuzestan. Despite repeated attempts, they failed to cross the Zagros Mountains and conquer Iran. Eventually, Iranian forces pushed Iraqi troops back and even entered Iraqi territory, but Iran also faced challenges. Iraqi forces could easily receive supplies from nearby cities, while Iranian forces struggled because Iran's major depots and cities were on the other side of the Zagros range. This is why the war ended after 8 years without any result, and not even 1 inch of the border changed. Similarly, on Iran's northern side, along the Caspian Sea, lies the Alborz mountain range, which provides protection from the north. These mountain ranges not only protect Iran but are also rich in resources. They contain uranium, silver, gold, and zinc. Iran has some of the largest zinc reserves in the world. In the 20th century, Iran's geography became even more valuable when massive oil and gas reserves were discovered near the Persian Gulf. Today, Iran holds around 10% of the world's oil reserves and 15% of the world's natural gas reserves. Another major protective factor for Iran is its 2,500 kilometers long coastline, divided between 2 seas. Bandar Abbas, Iran's largest seaport, is just 70 kilometers away from the Strait of Hormuz, making it Iran's greatest geopolitical leverage. If Iran blocks this choke point using its navy, the global economy would collapse because about 15% of the world's energy supply passes through it toward Asia and Europe. Even if someone manages to cross Iran's coastline and mountain ranges, the next major barrier is the Dashti Lut and Kavur deserts. The Lut Desert is known as the hottest place on Earth. In 2005, a temperature of 70 degrees Celsius was recorded there, making military movement almost impossible. But geography alone is not what makes Iran powerful today. Its geopolitical strategy plays an equally important role. Iran's population is around 90 million, of which 95% are Shia Muslims. About 62% are Persian, 16% Azeri, 10% Kurdish, and the remaining 12% include Baloch, Arab, and Turk communities. Before the 1979 Shia Revolution, Iran was a liberal country and a strong ally of the United States. America even supplied Iran with military jets. However, everything changed after Imam Khomeini came to power. You may be surprised to know that before 1979, Iran and Israel had very good relations. In fact, Iran was the second Muslim-majority country to recognize Israel in 1948. But Imam Khomeini openly supported Palestine and declared Israel Iran's #1 enemy. Iran cut all diplomatic ties with Israel, cancelled all flights, and converted the Israeli embassy in Tehran into the Palestinian embassy. This caused relations not only with Israel but also with the United States to deteriorate. Moreover, Arab states surrounding Iran became alarmed. They feared that Iran's revolutionary ideology could spread to their countries and threaten their monarchies. In 1980, these Arab states collectively backed Saddam Hussein's attack on Iran. At this point, Iran realized that to survive, it needed to expand its ideology beyond its borders. Since Israel was separated from Iran by hostile Arab states, Iran needed a way to threaten Israel indirectly. This led Iran to support anti-Israel and anti-Zionist groups, such as Hamas in Palestine, Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Fatimiyan Brigade in Syria, Badr organization in Iraq, and the Houthis in Yemen. This entire network is known as the Axis of Resistance. Through this network, Iran exerts pressure on Israel and even Arab countries, forcing them to think 100 times before acting against Iran. For example, when Israel began bombing Gaza, Hezbollah fired missiles from Lebanon. And the Yemeni Houthis targeted Israeli and American ships in the Red Sea using drones. Iran's proxy warfare strategy has made it extremely dangerous. Now, let's talk about drone technology. In January 2024, when Houthis were continuously attacking containers in the Red Sea, France used a $1 million Aster-15 surface-to-air missile to shoot down a Yemeni Shahid drone that cost only $20,000. These drones are supplied by Iran, and Iran also provides the technology to operate them, according to a 2022 report by U.S. Central Command. Iran possesses the largest and most advanced ballistic missile arsenal in the Middle East. Iran's missiles can strike targets up to 2,000 kilometers away. In short, when we look at Iran's geography, proxy strategy, and drone technology, we see that despite heavy Western sanctions and a relatively small official economy, Iran remains a country full of uncertainty. Whether it is Iran's nuclear program, proxy funding, or missile capabilities, there are many gray areas. This uncertainty is why Western countries hesitate to launch a direct attack on Iran. If we consider just one fact, that both global choke points, the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb, lie within Iran's target range, this alone gives Iran enormous leverage. And now, Russia and China are also unofficially backing Iran. Recently, after the killing of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, internal tensions have risen. How and when Iran will retaliate, and whether it can withstand a counterattack from Israel and the United States, only time will tell. If you like the video, then subscribe to our channel Solarzik TV. We'll meet again in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care, Allah Hafiz.